Good morning!
I'm your radio teacher,
I am your science buddy.
and I'll give you an exciting lesson that you'll surely enjoy.
Talks Radio. Education must continue.
Learning is a great avenue.
No one will be left behind. With new normal comes new learning.
New method, new way of understanding.
Keep on learning.
Keep on achieving,
There's no way of hindering.
enriching one's dream.
This is
Talks Radio, your number one source of science education.
Conveying a half an hour of quality scientific teaching on air.
This is
Talks Radio.
A pleasant morning to you, grade 5 pupils. How are you today? It's nice to be with you again for another exciting and full of learning episode. You're listening to our School on Air in Science, where you can engage yourselves with our lesson through this radio station. This is your radio teacher, Ma'am Sharon C. Tarayo from the Division of Isabela, bringing you happiness and quality learning at home. Just a simple reminder, kids, make sure you are at your most comfortable place where you can clearly hear our broadcast. Also, ensure that you've eaten your meal and have already attended to your personal necessities so you can focus and understand better our lesson today. Now, prepare your science module, pen, paper, notebook, or answer sheet for our new lesson, Changes in Matter and its Effect in the Environment. Are you ready, kids? To start, let's have a short review on our past lesson. Tell whether the statement about the changes in matter in the presence or absence of oxygen is true or false. Number 1. The inner fleshy part of eggplant changes in color because of its exposure to oxygen. Is it true or false? The answer is true. Correct. Number 2. Combustion is also known as rusting. Is it true or false? The answer is false. Very good. Instead of rusting, the other term for combustion is burning. Number 3. Rusting occurs when iron, oxygen, and water react with one another. Is it true or false? The answer is true. Correct. Congratulations, kids! You got it all right. It signifies that you're ready for our new lesson today. Now, let's answer our previous quiz. Do you still remember your answers? If you have a copy of it, get it now and let's see your scores. For the first item, the presence or absence of oxygen in the materials may result in the blank. A. Burning of materials. Letter B. Melting of the materials. C. Change in the materials. D. Materials remains the same. The answer is correct. Letter C. Change in the materials. Number 2. Iron, nails, cans, and other metals with iron may or when exposed to moisture may develop blank. A. Dust. B. Rust. C. Heat. D. Fuel. The answer is letter B. Rust. Very good. Number 3. The inner part of the potatoes and apples change in color because of blank. A. Fuel in it. B. Chemicals in it. C. Exposure to heat. D. Exposure to oxygen. The answer is letter. Yes, you're right. Letter D. Exposure to oxygen. Number 4. The process of burning materials with the aid of oxygen is blank. A. Conduction. B. Combustion. C. Oxidation. D. Reduction. The answer is letter B. Combustion. Correct. Number 5. The Bureau of Fisheries investigated that fish kill incident was due to blank. A. Lack of oxygen supply. B. Hot summer temperature. C. Use of illegal fishing methods. D. Lack of carbon dioxide supply. The answer is letter A. Lack of oxygen supply. Correct. Number 6. The factors that influence the formation of frost on iron are blank. A. Increased level of oxygen. B. Moisture and oxygen. C. Dropping of oxygen. D. Oxygen level. The answer is letter B. Yes, moisture and oxygen. Very good. The absence of oxygen in lighting a candle will cause the candle's flame to blank. A. Burn. B. Flare. C. Ignite. D. Extinguish. The answer is letter D. Extinguish. The reaction of iron with moisture and oxygen present in the air is called A. Rusting. B. Cleansing. C. Burning. D. Combustion. The answer is letter A. Rusting. Very good. On number 9, we can prevent rusting of materials made of iron at home by blank. A. Washing the materials after using. B. Exposing the materials anywhere after use. C. Arranging the material before storing. D. Whipping the material with a clean dry cloth after use. The answer is letter D. Wiping the materials with a clean dry cloth after use. Number 10. Owner of the fish pond could have monitored and controlled the population of fish to avoid blank. A. Fish kill. B. Drop of oxygen. C. Increased level of oxygen. D. Low dissolved oxygen level. The answer is letter A. Fish kill. You're correct. How many correct answers did you get? I hope you got it all right. Later on, we'll have another quiz. This time, I want to congratulate all the top-notchers and scorers for a job well done. For those who didn't make it, I'm sure you can do it too. Today, we will learn about
The
changes in matter and its effect on the environment. After this lesson, I hope you will be able to explain how changes affects the environment. As we start our lesson for today, kindly turn your module on page 4 and let's try to answer what's new in preparation for the discussion later. Are you ready? Let's get started! The following materials, as you can see in your module, undergo either physical or chemical change. Identify whether the change in materials shows good or bad effects on the environment. Number 1. Making old tires into garden pots. Does the chemical or does the change in the material show good or bad effects on the environment? You may now answer. The answer is correct. Good effect. Number 2. Burning of waste materials. Does the change in the material show good or bad effects on the environment? You may now answer. The correct answer is very good. It is bad effect. Number 3. Cutting of fabric or clothes. Does the change in the material show good or bad effects on the environment? Write your answer. The answer is yes, good effect. You got it right. Number 4. Decaying unsegregated waste. Thus, the change in the material show good or bad effects on the environment? Write your answer. The answer is bad effect. Correct. And for number 5, cutting of century-old trees. Does the change in the material show good or bad effects on the environment? Write your answer. The correct answer is bad effect. You're right. Awesome. It seems the activity excites you to do even more. Now, listen carefully as I discuss to you our lesson for today. Changes in matter can cause a good or bad effect on the environment. Some changes in matter result in good effects on the environment. Composting, recycling, and the use of technology are some examples of the good effects of the changes in materials. Composting is a way of decomposing plant or animals' matter into fertilizer. Recycling helps lessen garbage by reusing them like plastic, styrofoam, old tires, and paper. Evaporation and condensation are forms of physical change in matter. Evaporation is a crucial part of the water cycle. Water from all areas on Earth will not be recycled if they will not evaporate into water vapor as clouds in the sky. Condensation is important in transforming water vapor to droplets, water stored in clouds. Some changes in matter may result in negative effect, like pollution, destruction of habitat, and loss of lives. Improper disposal of garbage, harmful chemicals, and human waste can cause changes. It can pollute air, land, and water. Burning of garbage materials releases dangerous toxic chemicals that contribute to the greenhouse effect and global warming. Smoke from the burning of oil and coal or wood can also cause air pollution. Cutting down trees is also harmful to our environment. It affects the quality of air that we breathe. It causes a rapid change in the temperature and in turn changes the weather patterns, which leads to other environmental concerns. Throwing into the river the detergents used for washing the clothes makes the river become polluted because these contain toxic substance. Polluted water kills living organisms like fish and water plants. When land is dumped with garbage, the land becomes polluted. If this happens, the polluted land will serve as the breeding places for pests that carry germs, hence dangerous to human health. We have to do our share in maintaining a healthy environment. We must avoid too much use of electricity and gasoline. We must also avoid burning rubber, tires, and plastics. We must avoid practices that will produce acid rain, increase global temperature, or deplete the ozone layer. No matter how big or small contribution you give, what matters most is you've made a difference for our environment. Did you get it, kids? To understand further, get your pen and answer sheet. Then, turn your module on page 6 and let's answer the first activity in What's More. Have you opened it? I'm sure you can do it. Listen as I tell you what to do. Identify which bad effect to the environment results from the following changes in matter. Choose the letter of the best answer. Again, identify which bad effect to the environment results from the following changes in matter. Are you ready? The first item is illegal logging of trees. Which of the following choices can be its bad effect to the environment? A. Water pollution. B. Deforestation. C. Soil pollution. D. Water pollution. You may now answer. The correct answer is letter B, deforestation. Correct. Let's proceed to number 2, burning of wood. Which of the following choices can be its bad effect to the environment? A. Air pollution. B. Deforestation. C. Soil pollution. D. Water pollution. You may now answer. The answer is letter A, air pollution. Number 3, using disinfectant sprays. Which of the following choices can be its bad effect to the environment? A. Air pollution. B. Deforestation. C. Soil pollution. D. Water pollution. You may now answer. The answer is letter C. Again, letter A, air pollution. You're right. Number 4, dumping rusted tin cans in the sea. Which of the following choices can be its bad effect to the environment? A. Air pollution. B. Deforestation. C. Soil pollution. D. Water pollution. You may now answer. The correct answer is letter D. Water pollution. Very good. And number 5, making rice fields into a residential lot. Which of the following choices can be its bad effect to the environment? A. Air pollution. B. Deforestation. C. Soil pollution. D. Water pollution. You may now answer. The correct answer is letter C. Soil pollution. Definitely. Great job. Let's keep going. Let's move on to activity number 3 under What's More of our science module on page 7. I'm sure you're learning a lot, aren't you? Thank you for that enthusiasm. Listen attentively to the instructions. Write yes if the following changes in matter have a good effect on the environment, and no if it has had a bad effect. Once more, write yes if the following changes in matter have a good effect on the environment, and no if it has a bad effect. Number 1. Burning of trash as shown in the picture. Does it have good or bad effect? Is it a yes or no? You may now write your answer. The answer is no. Correct. Number 2. Stitching holes of clothes. Picture is shown in your module. Does it have a good or bad effect? Is it a yes or no? You may now write your answer. The correct answer is yes. Very good. Number 3. Rotting trash from uncapped trash bins. Does it have good or bad effect? Is it a yes or no? You may now write your answer. The answer is no. Correct. For number 4, decomposing of garbage at the canal. Does it have a good or bad effect? Is it a yes or no? You may now write your answer. The answer is no, definitely. Number 5, emission of unfiltered gas from factories. Does it have good or bad effect? Is it a yes or no? You may now write your answer. The correct answer is no. Very good. Great job, kids. Now, let's check what you have learned from our lesson today. Turn your module on page 8. Fill in the blanks with the correct answer to complete the thought of the paragraph. Some changes in matter may result to blank or blank effects in the environment. The answer for number 1 and 2 is good or bad, respectively. Correct. Some changes in matter may result to good or bad effects in the environment. Next, we have to do our share in maintaining a blank environment. The answer is healthy. Very good. Number 4, we must blank too much use of electricity and gasoline. The answer is void. You got it right. Number 5, we must also avoid blank rubber tires and plastics. The answer is burning. Correct. We must avoid practices that will produce acid rain, increase global temperature, or deplete the ozone layer. How was it, kids? Easy? You're doing great, kids. It seems that the lesson is easy for you because you engage yourselves in the discussion. It's our quiz time! You can now turn your module on page 9 and let's answer the assessment. Read and answer the questions carefully. This focus on explaining how changes in matter affect the environment. Write the letter of the best answer. Number 1. The following activities cause a change in matter. Which of this has a bad effect on the environment? A. Slicing fruits. B. Sewing clothes. C. Peeling vegetables. D. Breaking empty bottles of liquor. Number 2. The following are effects in the environment by the changes in matter. Which of this has a good effect on the environment? A. Air pollution. B. Composting. C. Deforestation. D. Water pollution. You may now answer. Number 3. Many families use wood as fuel in cooking food. What is the bad effect on the environment of this activity? A. Deforestation. B. Air pollution. C. Land pollution. D. Water pollution. You may now answer. Number 4. The following activities can be done to candy wrappers. Which of these can help protect and save the environment? A. Throw garbage into the river. B. Scatter candy wrappers in the backyard. C. Cut out candy wrappers to make pillows. D. Burn candy wrappers because these are biodegradable wastes. You may now answer. Number 5. Water pollution is one of the bad effects in the environment by the changes in matter. Which of the following can minimize the bad effects in the bodies of water? A. Oil spills from a cargo ship. B. Bringing trash bins when having a picnic in the beach. C. Throwing detergents and other chemicals in the river. D. Using bath soap and shampoo and swimming at the beach. You may now answer. Number 6. Your mother is a dressmaker. At home, you have plenty of strips of cloth. To avoid bad effects on the environment, what is the best way to do with these strips of cloth? A. Make strips of cloth as charcoal. B. Keep the strips of cloth in the bodega. C. Make the strips of cloth into rags. D. Throw the strips of cloth to the landfill. You may now answer. Number 7. Typhoon Ursula caused landslide and flood. Which of the following should be avoided these things to happen again? A. Make forests into residential areas. B. Throw garbage anywhere you want. C. Plant more trees in our surroundings. D. Cut more trees to build more things at home. You may now answer. Number 8. Tin cans with rust are being recycled by putting spray paint. Why does these activities cause harm to the environment? A. Spray paints are expensive. B. Spray paints can prevent the spread of rust. C. Spray paints are sometimes unavailable in the market. Or letter D. Spray paints have a poisonous chemical that makes the air polluted. You may now answer. Number 9. When land is dumped with garbage, the land becomes polluted. The polluted land will serve as the breathing places for pests that can carry germs, hence dangerous to human health. As a child, you can do the following activities to avoid this problem except 1. A. Make a compost for all decaying materials. B. Recycle and reuse non-biodegradable waste materials. C. Throw all waste materials in one area in your backyard or backyard. D. Segregate waste materials into biodegradable and non-biodegradable. You may now answer. And for number 10 at last. Gas, when exposed to heat, can produce smokes. These smokes can release chemicals that contribute to global warming. As a grade 5 learner, which of the following should you do to lessen the production of smokes in our environment? A. Burn dry leaves. B. Use charcoal in cooking. C. Use a lamp with gas in studying at night. And for letter D, walk only to places with near distance instead of riding in a vehicle. In behalf of the scriptwriter, Ma'am Eunice Escorpus, and the whole Sdo Isabela Rbi production team, thank you so much. Once again, this is your radio teacher, Ma'am Sharon, saying keep safe and healthy. Goodbye!
Patuloy ang edukasyon para sa ating henerasyon.
Sa daan ng pagkatuto ay walang may iwan.
Kaya halina sa Radyo Eskwela!